Good morning. It's time to get in touch. Brought to you by Geisinger Muncie and Jersey Shore. State-of-the-art healthcare close to home. Every week, this public affairs show shines a spotlight on people and programs in our communities that improve the quality of life in Lycoming County and beyond. I'm Freddi Hammer, host of In Touch and news director at Backyard Broadcasting. We're here today with Grace Knapp, the jack of all trades and secretary of Arthur's Pet Pantry. We're celebrating 12 years with Grace of helping local families keep their pets fed, and they're inviting us out for a couple of events coming up here in the next few weeks, and we're grateful to have you here today. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning.
Nice to see you again.
4 years now, I think, with us.
We've met every single year, and it's nice because the bone hunt that we talk about is growing and growing, and you're adding some events going on. But before we do talk about those events that are exciting and can't wait to be a part of this season, we wanted to talk about Arthur's Pet Pantry and just sort of what's their mission.
We are a pet food bank. We try to help the pets stay at home, out of the shelters. Granted, we wish we could give the people more food, but we give you enough for probably, depending on the amount of pets, anywhere from 3 to 4 days of food. You get like about 3 pounds of dry food, 4 cans of moist food. So it kind of supplements you, but it's giving people the option that stretch it out a little bit further so they don't have to choose, am I buying stuff for myself? Am I buying stuff for the pet?
Absolutely.
Do I got to give the pet up? Because for a lot of our elderly folks that come get the food, those pets are their family.
Absolutely.
They don't have much family left. Or it could be that is the only family they have left. And we don't want them to have to say, well, I'm going to buy my food for my pet, but then I don't have food or my medicine.
Sure.
So we're there to try to help supplement. We do an average of, I want to say probably, we have 3 different distributions. We have one in Northumberland, which is our biggest one. Mm-hmm. We have one in Montgomery and one in Mazeppa, and I'd venture to say we do between 600 and 700 animals a month.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah.
Are these your regular people? Like, you recognize the people that come through?
Most of them we do, but there are points we do get shocked and we see some new faces, and you know what? No questions asked. You come in, we're going to help you.
I'm sure that people are incredibly grateful to be a part of it.
Oh, they are.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes it a lot nicer. We've had people at the holidays. I've actually had people cry. They're like, I can't believe you do this. Thank you so much. I'm like, don't make me cry. Please don't make me cry. I'm one of those emotional people. Somebody cries, I cry. I'm an animal lover like anybody else out there. I myself have 4 dogs and a cat at home, so I love animals, and if I could do anything to keep animals with their owners, I'm going to do it.
Absolutely. Speaking of animals, though, we want to hear a little bit about Arthur. How did he get started as the namesake of this wonderful food pantry?
He was actually a stray cat wandering around Mifflinburg. He'd go from house to house to house, and we're not the original people that did the pantry.
Okay.
There was a couple in Mifflinburg that started it because of Arthur, seeing him going house to house. They're like, you know what, we want to help these animals. So they started the pantry, and the pantry has been going. My director and I took it over in 2019 after her daughter Abby had passed in 2018. So we've had it for 7 years. Abby had it for 5.
Okay.
We're getting up there in the years with how long the pantry's been around. And if anybody ever wants to check out the history, all they's got to do is go to our Facebook page with our history and how it started.
And good pictures of everybody.
Oh, yes.
Little pictures of Arthur and everybody.
There's pictures of Arthur. There's pictures of all of our events over the years.
I'm wondering about the facility itself. Has it had to grow? Have you had to move out of where you are?
We actually have 2 storage sheds. My director has a set of sheds at her house where she keeps food, and then I've got food stored at my distribution in Mazeppa.
Okay.
But yeah, we've had to upsize so that we can store. Sometimes we are blessed to actually have the sheds full. Most cases, the sheds are not very full because donations are down, and we get it. Times are tough. Times are hard for everybody. And that's why we do these fundraisers, because then when we don't have the donations, we can go and purchase the food we need so that we can still keep helping everybody.
Were you a part of Raise the Region this year?
We were not. We have not for probably a couple years now. It's been hard. There's like 4 of us. It's my director and her husband and my husband and myself.
Okay.
I do have one child. Can't call her child. She's 26 years old. But she helps out on a regular. But other than that, we have people coming in hit and miss, helping out throughout the year.
Sure.
And we're all getting up there, but that's where we always ask, if anybody needs community service, they want to volunteer, please notify us because we love the help. We could always use the help.
We want to help the animals.
Yes. And to keep us going, we need to have the volunteers.
Sure. Now, tell me a little bit about the bone hunt itself. Now, that's coming up in a couple weeks here.
Yes, that is April 18th from 12 to 3. That will be held at BlueSparrow Farm this year. We kind of changed locations. We're shifting a little bit. And that's at 264 Eschbach Road in Milton.
Okay.
We will have the hunt at 1:30. We're going to do our blessing of our dogs like we do every year.
Oh, that's lovely,
at
yeah.
1:15. There will be prize eggs in both fields. I separate it into 2 fields. I've been in charge of this event in the 7 years that we've had the pantry. I've been kind of the lead in the event all 7 years. We've grown. First year we done it, all we had was the hunt. We've now progressed to where we have vendors, food trucks, big basket raffle usually, which is what we wanted to see. That was our goal. Because we want people to be able to come out and enjoy like an afternoon. You're not running out for like a half-hour hunt and then, oh, I'm bummed, there's nothing else to do. We go for 3 hours. There's plenty to do. There's several vendors that are going to be there this year. We got food trucks. But in the 2 fields, there'll be a field for small dogs and a field for large dogs.
Okay.
We ask that only one person go out on the field with each dog, just because we've had in the past where you get 2-3 people out there. They're picking up the eggs, not the dogs. We want to make it fair for everybody so that everybody has a shot at getting stuff. I changed it up, I want to say about 2 years ago. I used to always mark an X on the eggs for the prize eggs. That's what everybody ran for.
They look for the X's.
So I've made it a little trickier the past 2 years. You don't know what is a prize egg till you actually pop your eggs open.
Do you pop them at the moment, or do you take them off the field and then open?
At the end of the hunt, we have everybody open their eggs. They dump their biscuits back in whatever container they brought for their dog, and then they put the eggs back in our tote because we reuse our eggs year after year.
Okay.
But I put a little slip of paper in that says that it's a prize egg. Well, this year I'm upping the ante even more.
Ooh.
Besides the prize eggs, in each field, there will be a golden egg, which there again, it's going to be a slip of paper in it, but it'll say golden egg, and your prize will be actually like a little goodie basket for your dog.
Oh, nice.
So there'll be one of them in each field. The biscuits that are going to be in each egg this year, they're actually being donated by one of my vendors, Onyx's Dog Bakery out of Lock Haven.
You have a new person this year.
Yes, we've had Mads in the past. Mads has kind of slowed down on doing biscuits, and we get it. Life kind of gets busy, changes direction, what have you. We love them to death for everything they've done for us over the past couple of years. And I actually had Onyx's reach out to me the other week and say, would you like us to donate the biscuits this year? She's like, we've been a part of the bone hunt for the past 2 years. I'm like, yes. Anywhere you want to donate, we will take.
Do you have any volunteers that will help you put the eggs together, or do you need people to do that?
Last year, my mom actually did it all herself. She was recovering from a procedure, so she sat at home and she filled all the eggs for me.
Nice.
I've cut down on my eggs. We used to do, I want to say, almost 1,000 to 1,200 eggs.
Okay.
We found that was too many because it was taking too long for them to find all the eggs in the field. So last year, I think I cut it down to 400 eggs, 200 in each field. And that still was enough that everybody got.
Good.
But it wasn't overkill. And I think that's what I'm going to do again this year, do 200 in each field, just so that there's enough for everybody to have a fair shot. But they're not out there for like the whole 2 hours or whatever searching for the eggs. Plus, it gets a little tedious trying to find enough square acreage to put all of these eggs because that's a lot of eggs.
The new facility that you're there now, is there a different size field, or is it the same?
I want to say it might actually even be a little bit bigger than the fields that we had at Soggy.
Yeah.
Which we appreciate all the years Duska left us have it at Soggy Doggy. We're going to kind of be in a similar situation where the vendors were in a barn at Soggy Doggy. We're going to have a smaller barn, but we'll have a barn that the vendors will be able to be in.
Okay.
And then I'll have the hunt out in the fields. Of course, food trucks, obviously, but they'll be on the outside of the barn.
How many food trucks and vendors will be there this year?
Applications are still rolling in. I don't have a definite count at this moment. I know we have a coffee truck coming. They're a newer coffee truck. I just happened to see them when I was driving to my adopted daughter's house. And I thought, you know what? That's something we've never had there. And they do coffee, they do teas, they do energy drinks. They've got little snacky things.
Sure.
I reached out to them and they're like, we'd love to do it. I'm like, perfect.
Come on.
Something new this year, something different for the people. We are still accepting applications. If anybody wants to be a vendor, message Arthur's Pet Pantry on Facebook.
Okay.
Or email arthurspetpantry@gmail.com. I'll take applications up to the day of if these people want it.
There's room for them.
There is room. We have the space. I'm not going to turn people away.
Sure.
If I have more than one like vendor, which Has happened in the past. One year, I think I had 4 different people with dog biscuits want to be vendors. I said, you know what? I said, I'll take you. And what I done was I scattered them out. They weren't right next to each other. That way, they all had a fair shot.
That's nice.
Of selling a product.
And then they get so creative with those biscuits. So you have different artists doing different things.
And just because they all do dog biscuits doesn't mean they're all the same.
Right.
They use different ingredients, different flavors.
So you have all the dog people, but then you also have accessories. People come in with the accessories.
Yes, we have people that come in with for years now we've had Brook Park Pets come in. I have not heard from him yet whether he's coming this year or not. But he always brings in collars and leashes and that type of stuff. But then I have other people that come in with the doggy, the bandanas, dog toys.
Yeah.
Different things. So yeah, there's a lot. And then there's stuff for the humans too. I have people that they make t-shirts, cups, decals, all kinds of stuff. So there's something for everyone, not just the animals.
But everybody's going to want a mug that says Rover's mom or something like that.
Yeah. Well, and some of my vendors actually do take it that if they don't have it on their table, you take their business card, they'll make you a custom item.
Sure.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
I love that fact because it's also helping these small businesses / crafters expand. It's giving them income. It's helping the little guy.
Yeah.
Which is our goal. We
Absolutely.
want to help the little person because we're little people.
Yeah, you were going to say, you know what it's like to be a little person.
I mean, there's a lot of nonprofits out there, but we're actually a fairly small nonprofit. Even though we feed that many animals, we're not as big as you had asked me earlier if we did Raise the Region this year. Doing Raise the Region, it makes you realize your size compared to some of the other. Mm-hmm. And it's you know what? We may be small, but we're mighty.
That's right, you are.
We're still going strong after all these years. We could have quit when Abby passed away in 2018, but we didn't because this was Abby's dream. And we're carrying Abby's dream on.
That's wonderful. Do you get a lot of people that are interested in giving monetary donations?
Actually, right before Christmas, we had some people actually donate Chewy gift cards to us.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We get an email from Chewy and it says, this gift card has been donated to you. We love it. I can't thank people enough when they do that because typically when they come in, it's they can kind of sense that we're low on what we need. Mm-hmm. It comes in at the perfect time. So we hop on, we order stuff on Chewy. I kind of do my little finagling on Chewy, pricing and trying to say, okay, what can I get that I can stretch this money? And I do. I'm one of those bargain shoppers. I will do the best I can to stretch the money we get so that way we can help more people. That's our goal.
Yep. I want to know about how important the bone hunt is to the whole organization. Does it support you throughout the year?
The bone hunt is our biggest fundraiser. That is integral for us to be able to buy the supplies when we run low.
Yeah.
Because we have, I want to say 5 main fundraisers we do every year. Bone hunt is our biggest.
Yep.
Then we have the Picks with the Easter Bunny and Picks with Santa, as I had said. Uh-huh. And we also do 2 candle sales. We actually just wrapped up our spring candle sale.
Oh, neat.
And then we do a candle sale in the fall.
Nice.
Those we get through a local lady in Mifflinburg that does soy candles.
They're the best kind.
Oh, yes. They're clean burning. They're safe to be around the pets. But we just wrapped that up. But Bone Hunt is our biggest.
All these things are listed on Facebook under Arthur's Pet Pantry.
Yes. If they go to Arthur's Pet Pantry on Facebook, they'll see all of our upcoming events. They can go back and look at pictures from past events. Everything is there. There's also a pinned post at the top of our Facebook page with where our drop bins are.
Okay.
So if anybody ever wants to donate, all they've got to do is go to one of these businesses and put it in the bin. And then we go around and check out the bins. We have them distributed all over the place. We've got some in Mifflinburg, some in Lewisburg.
What do they look like so we can recognize them?
They're just little gray toads, but there's a tag right on them that says Arthur's Pet Pantry.
Okay.
We actually have a fundraiser going on right now. One of the students from Warrior Run is doing a project, and she's collecting donations for us. And they're collecting them at Susquehanna Trail Animal Hospital between Watsontown and Milton. They're collecting donations for us right now. There's either 1 or 2 students from Warrior Run that are doing this, but we've had students from Warrior Run do this before for us.
Nice.
And they collect it at Susquehanna Trail, and then when it's all done, we go pick it up, and then that helps us keep going. So that's an option right now for people to drop stuff off as well.
So tell me the procedure. If somebody's thinking right now, I've never been to Arthur's Pet Pantry and I want to go, what would they do first?
All they'd have to do is come to one of our distributions, which are all listed on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Northumberland is the first Saturday of every month.
Okay.
Montgomery is on a Thursday, but I can't remember which Thursday of the month it is. I don't personally do that one. My director's husband does that one.
Okay.
But that's listed on our pantry page. And then I do the Mazeppa one the third Wednesday of every month. And all they have to do is come to us, tell us how many dogs, how many cats. We don't ask for income or anything because we work hand in hand with the human food banks.
Okay.
So they kind of take care of that side of it. But even so, even if you normally have a good paying job, everybody hits rock bottom at some point.
Absolutely.
Everybody hits a point where they need help. Just because, you know, you may have a good job this week, but who knows, there could be a layoff. Or you're down sick and you can't work. You need to help. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you.
Okay.
All you have to do is come, tell us how many animals you have, your name. We mark it down, we give you the food, and away you go.
It's going to be in Watsontown, April 18th from 12 to 3 for the bone hunt.
Yes.
But your hours are listed on Facebook page for any kind of time that we want to come to the Arthur's Pet Pantry and the different distribution centers.
Yes. All the hours for the distributions are on the Facebook page. We usually run about 2 hours each when we do the 3 distributions.
Okay.
Like I said, we have our set days that we do it. There are times that somebody may run out in between our distributions. Then all they have to do is message the pantry. And my director, Sue, will get in contact with them, and she'll have them come to our Milton shed, and she'll make sure they get taken care of.
That's the goal, to make sure that the pets get fed.
So that way, say it happens and all of our distributions are done for the month, and there's no way they can stretch it to the next distribution. They message the page, Sue will set up a time, and they go meet with her at the Milton shed, and then they can get the food so that they're not struggling, and that pet's not going without until our next distribution.
Yeah, they don't want to eat hamburgers or McDonald's.
Well, some of them might. I've got a couple dogs that are thieves that like to eat human food, and I'm like, no, that's my food. We try to help where we can, even if it's not at a distribution. If you need in between, we have you make arrangements to come to the Milton shed. We don't do the meet and greets with people anymore to, like, say they need and we go meet up with them. We don't do that because, like I said, we're really stretched thin with the help to do it. But there's also, we've had times where we set these meets up and then people were no-shows. And
that wastes your time.
Yeah, I hate to sound petty, like we're wasting our time, because in a way we're not. We're doing it with good intentions. We would have appreciated that if something came up that they couldn't come, that they would have, shot us a message. So we kind of pushed that to back burner between the no-shows and then the fact of, like I said, 4 of us. My husband works full-time. He works anywhere from 40 to 50 hours a week. So it's hard for him to do it. My director usually works full-time. Right now she's off on medical, but normally she works full-time. So it just leaves her husband and myself, and we're only 2 people. We can't be everywhere.
Sure.
Love to be, but unfortunately I can't be everywhere. I just can't get split into 50 pieces.
I think you split yourself enough because there's lots of options for folks to make sure that they are able to feed their pets with all the different distribution centers and the different events that are coming up. The Bone Hunt coming up on April 18th from 12 to 3 in Watsontown. What is the actual address of your new location for the Bone Hunt?
It is 264 Eschbach Road in Milton. We kind of set back in off the road, which is nice. Mm-hmm. It's similar to Soggy Doggy in that way that we're back in, we're off the road. We don't have to stress over, the dogs getting to the road. That's always a big fear of
Absolutely.
ours. We want the dogs to be safe. The other thing I forgot to mention is that we do require all dogs be leashed at all times.
Okay.
And please, if they're food aggressive, please don't bring them. Just because we don't want there to be a mishap, because obviously if they smell the bones and the treats and the eggs, it could bring out food aggression. So that's one thing we ask is if they're food aggressive, please. Not that we don't want to see your fur babies, because you know what, our hearts are full by the end of the day, because we go home and our pets are like, Mom, you're a traitor, because you know what, we smell like all these other animals. Because,
we smell you.
Yeah, because you know what, I can't resist loving up on these dogs when they're there. They're gorgeous. Yeah, they need to be leashed, up to date on vaccines, and not food aggressive. That's just for everybody's safety.
So when they go out in the field, just to sort of wrap up, I want to know what it looks like when the dogs are all out there. You say one goes at a time?
Well, no, what we do is we have 2 separate fields, and we line everybody up. And when the time hits, I turn them loose. And let me tell you, it is funny watching these dogs, because some of the dogs are so well trained that they actually pick the eggs up themselves and drop them in their basket.
Oh, isn't that awesome?
I love it. I love to see how they do it. It's interesting, and sometimes it can be a little bit of a cluster out there in the field because there's a lot of dogs in the field.
You get the leashes twisted up and stuff.
Well, and that's why it's also best too if no retractable leashes, please.
I hear you.
Because retractable leashes, one, there's two things that can happen with that. Dogs could get tangled, or two, the dog could have more of a leeway from you, which means you don't have as good of control over it, that if something would happen.
Sure.
Knock on wood, in all the years we've been doing this, we've never had an incident where dogs
That's
fought,
wonderful. Good.
which is amazing considering the amount of dogs that are on the field.
Yeah. You have good people coming. They know the rules.
They know the rules. And like I said, one person per dog on the field, but that also makes it easier because it gives more room for the dogs.
Sure. Well, what do people need to bring? Do they need to bring their own basket?
Yes, they need to bring their own basket. And at the end of the hunt, we ask them to take the biscuits out, put them in their basket, and drop the eggs back in our tote that we'll have sitting there. If you happen to get an egg that's got a sticker in it that says prize egg, come to the Arthur's Pet Pantry stand. There will be the two special ones for the golden eggs, so you're going to want to look for those tags inside as well. That will also be at the Arthur's Pet Pantry stand, and I'll make sure that you get your prizes.
All right. Grace Knapp, you are the secretary and jack of all trades at Arthur's Pet Pantry, and you've been doing this now? I mean, we're on the 12th annual bone hunt itself, so.
Yeah, and we started the bone hunt when Abby started it, so we are probably pushing 17 years because I think the other people had it for close to 5 years.
Wonderful. Well, we'd encourage everybody to go to Facebook to Arthur's Pet Pantry to find out all the details and the locations of the distribution areas. And, well, Grace Knapp, it's been wonderful talking to you again for In Touch, and we hope to see you again next year for the 13th annual event.
All right. Thank you, Freddi.
In Touch is locally produced in our studios at 1685 4 Mile Drive in Williamsport. To get in touch with us for questions, comments, or topic ideas, call weekdays 570-323-8200 or email me at fhammer@backyardbroadcasting.com. For archived files of our In Touch shows, find our Backyard Podcasting link on any Backyard Broadcasting website or subscribe to our YouTube channel, Backyard Broadcasting. The programming discussed here on In Touch does not necessarily reflect the feelings or opinions of the management or staff. Thanks for listening to In Touch. Brought to you by Geisinger, Muncie, and Jersey Shore. State-of-the-art healthcare close to home.